like Zach, people all around the world, you in Canada, like it bridges gaps, and you get to meet all sorts of people. Zach and I met because we were hanging out in each other's lives on TikTok, and found out we had like very similar senses of humor, and just we would see each other in other people's lives and like have like banter in their comments, and like it developed. And so
wow,
there's a potential for that in every conversation you start. So if you go into it thinking this could be a lifelong friend, then it very well could be.
I mean, what's the worst he could have said? No.
Yeah, exactly.
That prude. Gotta love him. Sleepy Facebook business suite for the win for Luna. There you go. Please leave a message after the yeah, right, Puff. Welcome back, Poop Speak. We say on Facebook pages some reason, Twitter and Insta and I, but Facebook feels different. It does, Silver Dreamer. It does. Subscribe to Pics on YouTube. No, do not do that. I have nothing. I have shit for content. I have to update. Stop that. Yo, Stitch and Froggle, welcome in. Happy Monday to you. Glad to hear that I'm not the only one who doesn't tweet.
What would I say?
What was that?
What would I say on Twitter?
I mean, yeah. I guess it's the same as your Instagram without the video parts. Maybe. Like,
yeah.
So let's talk now. You're growing this thing. You're on the platform. You're branching out. You're meeting people. But like, when did you and Zaddy collab first? Like, let's talk about the thing you do on the side with Zach. I was able to be a part of, but tell everyone that sort of collaboration and that friendship on that same thematic note. Like, let's talk a bit about that. How did that come to be?
That developed a long time because, first we would be in each other's lives, and then we started going live together.
And give everyone the name of what it is first, just so they know, for they don't know.
Oh, yeah. So our official video podcast thing that we do on Instagram is called Casual Yarns, where we have casual yarns. But before that, we would just go live together on TikTok, and it was very chaotic. And like, time Zach was in like a banana costume. One time my power went out in the middle of it, and I got out my light up crochet hooks. Like, it was just like chaos and fun. And then somewhere down the road, Zach had the idea. He was like, it would be really fun to do kind of like a show where we interview other crafters and like get to know them and get to know their backstory, because a lot of us would like interact, and so we knew each other's work and we knew each other's personality, but we didn't really know anything about like how they got to the point where they're at. And so we started up Casual Yarns over on Instagram, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had some really amazing guests, including Mr. Pigstitch.
I felt like such a new guy on something where I'm like, I have a microphone here, I've got cameras, everything's set up, and then you all tell me, forget all of that, we going on our phones. I'm like, okay, cool, sounds easy. I had things stacked on my desk, my camera, I'm in frame, like, don't go this way, don't go that way. And the one thing that bit me in the ass after I watched it back, it wasn't close enough to my face to pick up on the microphone, which was pointing down towards the book I had it standing on, because y'all didn't say, here's a clamp thing that works real cool to hold it on your desk, silly. This will make life easy. The things I learned from my first live with you two was like, okay, I know now.
Yeah, it's funny, the different paths, like the people who start on Twitch very like technically savvy and like know all the ins and outs, and then there's people like Zach and I who started on TikTok, and we're like, put up your phone and start talking.
The power of your phone versus all these other things we have to plug in and set up ahead of time, and you're like, we just hitting a button on our phone.
Yeah.
Enjoy your look, Princess Midna, while you dice bag number 2. Videos are picking up on Twitter, though. They are. I think it's right now Twitter's landscape is a little funky. It is all over the place. Obviously with the Elon days and the acquisition and the amount of politics, the free speech but hate speech introduced, like, it's a mess, I think. And right now for me, it's like, what the hell is happening? Social kind of went weird.
The thought of just another social account just gives me anxiety.
There's a new thing that ex-Twitter people have now building, and it's blowing up quick. Is like, I don't even know the name of this, but people are signing up for it.
I want to say it's called Brave. Is that right?
Is it Brave?
Brave?
Something, I forget the name of it. I forget. It's weird. It is weird. Actually weird. Okay, so now all of that, and then at some point you decide, hey, I'm gonna jump on Twitch and go that way. What was your thought process? Like, let's back it up. Before that, you're joining Twitch. Had you heard of Twitch? Like, you knew of Twitch or the Justin TV days? Like, what was your history before you jumped on the platform?
I knew absolutely nothing about it.
That's fair. That's a lot of people's answer.
I learned about it when Zaddy joined, and I joined technically shortly after that. And I did one very failed stream in like November of 2021. And I tried to use my phone as my hand cam, and then I couldn't get it to.
Oh my gosh, you didn't.
And I ended up like just scrapping it and just doing it kind of like a TikTok live, where I just had my camera on me and I was crocheting away. And I was like, okay, when I have time, I will like really figure out the setup. And then almost a year passed.
No.
That's when I was like, I'm gonna try again. And so I really just kind of dove in. And one of the big things was when I first joined Twitch the second time, I knew that the book was coming out, and I thought that would be a really fun, for me anyway, to do like work through the book on Twitch, so people could come hang out, people could chat, people could see the book and the patterns in it. And I thought it'd be a great way to promote the book as well as like just hang out and have fun. And so I like kind of wanted to build it up and get it to a good point before I started the Crochet Magical Creature streams. And so I was doing I was like ironing fabric, I was doing some crochet, and I've been loving it. I think Twitch is amazing.
Well, and I wanted to talk about that because it's one thing to jump on a platform and have a TikTok following, an Instagram, and all the different ways we can cross these paths or join them, whether in communities or as content creators or whatever in the middle. But you make this call to go to Twitch there, and it's very different. Talk to me about sort of the differences that you experienced having gone that route from Instagrams to TikToks to Twitches versus others who may have gone different routes. What was that like, given that you saw so much change happen across what you had? Like you said, Instagram before Reels and things, what was that path like?
So I feel like going live on TikTok and Instagram is very tech simple, interaction heavy. And on Twitch so far, it's been kind of the opposite, where tech heavy, like you have a lot of stuff that you need to figure out and a lot of things you can do. And then the interaction is very like easy breezy. Like, usually people stay and hang out for a bit, or they pop in and say hello, or whatever, but it's not sort of the chaos that you get on like a TikTok.
Chaos? We don't know chaos on this platform. Tell us about chaos on yours. Okay.
This is like a happy, awesome chaos on Twitch. On TikTok and stuff, it can be like just hundreds of people coming in and asking the same question, or you get trolls, you get like. And I luckily have not gotten any trolls on Twitch yet. I've gotten the ones that are like trying to sell me stuff. But
yeah, or want to get famous.
Too late.
Exactly. He's already too famous. Let's go.
I also feel like a bit of a cheater because I did bring, a lot of my followers on Twitch are from Instagram and TikTok, but I am meeting so many new people on here, like yourself and 9.5 and Sonnet Silence. And
my friend, we don't call that cheating. We call that marketing and strategy. Okay. Some people are going to follow you no matter where you go because, I don't know, they kind of like and adore you and what you do and your work. That isn't cheating. That is clever. Okay.
For me, this path made the most sense because I already built the following, and then it was just sort of transitioning over to a different platform and meeting new people. Venom is one of my most
Venom.
supportive.
Welcome in, Venom. We love to hear a most supportive or most biggest supporter ever.
Venom breaks me on the regular on stream.
Exactly.
So it was the right move because I wasn't trying to build while also learning how to use Twitch.
Right.
I think it would have been a very different development if I was also just starting out on Twitch for the first time. But not to say that that's not the way to do it if you're thinking of getting started.
Well, look at the path now. What if you went the other way and ended with TikTok? What is someone starting on TikTok today to grow something versus pre-algorithm, I don't know what to call them, silos? You always hear about these different talks you're in, like I'm in crochet talk, I'm in gay talk, I'm in horse talk. There's all these talks you can be put into. And it feels more like they've refined things more than ever now, where people really don't have a shit what works. But when I talked to Zaddy, he was saying some of the earlier TikTok stuff was, you can do this and poof your yarn at the camera and look, there's the reveal. Like it was simpler in some ways. Now he's saying that there's a lot of lengthier video content they're pushing for, but you don't always have the damn time to do it. So like, what's that path now growing on TikTok for folks who may be starting or trying their damnedest?
It's very intimidating now. And I think it's probably a lot more challenging, but I want to say that it's also challenging for everyone. Like it's not
sure
like,
you're all feeling it.
even if you've built like a good following on TikTok, like you still are victim to the new setup or whatever. When I first started, the longest you could do was 30 seconds.
There you go.
And then I remember that was 60 seconds, and then they did 3 minutes, and now it's I think 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And
you're doing shorts. Wow.
They're coming. So I mean, I'm not trying to.
No, you're supportive of your platform. This is just talking about development, right?
But it seems like they're sort of got their eyes on YouTube, and they want to be the dominant video platform on the internet. And so that's why they're sort of branching out to long form videos.
Wow.
Yeah, it's honestly the only way you're going to succeed is if you enjoy it, because you have to do it a lot.
But like to do a lot of 10 minutes versus 30 seconds, like there right away, that's a stark contrast from what you started with versus where it's gone to. Like,
as far as I know, though, the 10-minute stuff isn't really taking off right now. It's still the short stuff, because that's what grabs your attention and you can watch the whole thing, because the like attention span of our generation is,
I think as short as attention spans are, they're getting shorter with how fast content or bite-sized content is being served. It's actually crazy what we expect subliminally. Forget about the content we're watching, load times, the amount of things you see in a result from a search. Like there's just all these behaviors we've developed as impatient little internet users of today versus, you know, years ago when we first started. We're like, we gonna wait today.
It used to be like on TikTok, even if with like a 17-second video, it was fine if you waited until the end to reveal whatever it was you were making. But now it's like people want to know what it is the minute so they know whether it's worth to watch those 17 seconds.
Wow.
So like a lot of we'll start with like the finished thing and then show the process and like hope that people stick around.
Well, and 10 minutes. Like what else do you do? Every single stitch in a magic circle? I wouldn't want to watch that. That sounds like a YouTube pattern video. like
exactly, which I think is what TikTok wants. They want all of the videos.
I don't know how you take one crochet thing that took you 5, 10, maybe 20 hours to figure out pattern, whatever that time is, and you get your time of fame, but then 10 minutes is like, I don't know how to fill this. I don't even know what to put into this, short of like a really long drawn out slideshow, and I've lost you 5-10 seconds in. Like
you turn it into like a blog recipe where like you say like all of your motivations behind it, or like where you got the idea. I
like that. That's true. There's a story behind every little stitch, every little tear I shed into this thought process. No, I'm just kidding.
I have not done a 10-minute video. I don't think I've even done a 3-minute video.
Yeah, of all the maximums you can have, you're like, we still in bite size. We like it here. It's cozy. Silver Dreamer says, when I first joined Twitch as a viewer, I thought Lurk actually changed your profile viewer status in chat. Oh Lord. Ex-Twitter employees are building Spill. What is it called? Spill? Is that what it's something else? I don't know. I know I heard something. Reddit no longer has a streaming feature. I know, but then Pinterest does. Pinterest is one of the new streaming ones that they've got out there. Mastodon is just a bunch of chaos. Dodge that one. See, all the names that you see. Brave is a browser. Right. Thank you, Slippy. It was taking me a while to understand Twitch language, but it is getting there. History buff, it takes a while. There's a lot of lingo and things. You did Google it. Thank you, Alf. I appreciate you, friend. We stand the Drew Zoo cult. So Drew Zoo, you're on where did this name come from? I get the B, Drew B, but then we add a zoo at the end of this, and where does that name come from? Like, how do you pick Drew Zoo? Like, where does that come from?
So oddly enough, B the animal had absolutely nothing to do with it.
It's just coincidence. Okay.
So Drewby was like a nickname, and so it was like the zoo belonging to Drewby. And if I had to do it again, having the Drewby's zoo, I'd probably just shorten it to Drewby Zoo.
K Barton, thank you for the resub. 8 months. I appreciate you, friend.
Woot. 8 months.
8 months. Welcome in. Thank you for that. And says hello to Drew. Hello. Welcome.